Yep.
Okay, so I'm here with Jamie from Asteroidbase, and we're looking at Lovers in a Dangerous Spacetime. Why don't you tell me a bit about the game?
So Lovers in Dangerous Spacetime, it's a 1 and 2 player co-op game where you play the astronauts inside this spaceship. So we have this pink spaceship. Anything to interact with, like the universe outside, you have to do it through your space stations, and then so it becomes a game about like being overwhelmed, having to rely on your partner to like kind of facilitate everything that's going around you. So we're just at our ship selection here, and we're gonna pull up a level. So each level, we have campaigns, and then through those there's going to be separated in levels. Each level is procedurally generated from a variety of tiles. So you can see this is our level. There's some fog of war where there's kind of like that's where there's like some areas of interest that we should be heading towards, and we're just gonna like discover everything as we go along. Up here.
So the game you can only play it with someone else. It is strictly a co-op experience?
You can play a one-player co-op. You have a dog that's an AI partner.
Okay.
So you tell him where to go, and then he'll go to a station and use it. You can shoot guns. You can use the shield. You do everything except fly the ship for you. You still have to do that yourself.
So how much babysitting do you have to do for the dog? Can you kind of give it a couple of tasks and it takes care of them?
You have to tell him each task. So you tell him to like go to the turret, then he goes to the turret. If you need him to go somewhere else, you tell him to go somewhere else.
So it's a game you're constantly the environment, the situation is changing. You have to adapt to it in order to survive.
It's about adaptation and kind of like having the kind of situational awareness of like what's going on, what you need to be doing. So we got our main task is to rescue these bunnies, and we want 5 of them, and then they'll unlock the warp gate for us, and then that'll set us off to the next level.
I like how they just float right into the ship. No hatch opens, they just float right in. And they're so happy to do so. This looks very challenging. What was the influence in making this game?
That scene in Star Wars where you're like Han and Luke run up and down the ladder to each turret, and then they just start. We wanted to capture that like scene where like we that's why we were like, oh, we need it to be now vertical so that you can actually one guy runs up the ladder, the other goes down.
Definitely have ladders. So are there like bosses at the end of each section?
Yeah, so each campaign is based around a constellation.
Okay.
And at the end you fight that constellation. So there's like Ursa Major. There's Cetus, which is like a sea monster. We have Orion and Cepheus, who's a king. And so now we have these gems, and so we're able to plug them into any of our stations, and then they will upgrade the station. So I'll put this in here, and it'll upgrade it into like this cool flail.
That is pretty cool.
And on top of that, we have like a system to like combine gens. So when you put 2 into a station, it combines like the powers. So now I have this flail, and not only that, but it also like fires beams.
Wow.
So now I'm able to like kind of reach around to like areas that I couldn't like protect with this turret. Like I can shoot stuff that's over in that area.
So can you only put 2 gems on each one?
Yeah.
But the type of gems you can get.
There's 3 different kinds.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so for each station, you can have 10 different configurations. So over the total, all the stations, we have like 40 configurations.
Wow.
So the upgrading is all about like, it's kind of like what you, like testing out and seeing like what combines with what.
So is there any sort of resource management or like in terms of bullets, missiles, what have you?
Yeah,
as much as you need?
It's, when you need them, you need them. So we didn't want to like try and limit people because of that.
It's more of an arcade kind of feel in that way. It's more of like an arcade kind of feel in that way. Like it's not a lot of heavy RPG elements or anything like that.
Okay, I got you. It's like a lot of fun. I'll admit I've seen other footage of it, and I wasn't really sure how it played. But
Yeah.
but sitting down, having you explain it to me, it definitely makes a lot more sense to me. I'm sure if I had tried it before, it would have clicked. But
Yeah, it's kind of a funny game. Some people, like, you watch their expression as they're watching someone play, and then they see a ship, so they think the player is the ship, and then they see like these little guys running around, and that's when they realize that it's actually like all you are is the character, and all you have your only thing you can do is interact with stations. So it's kind of it's kind of confusing that way, but that's kind of the key thing for the game.
And I don't want to put words in your mouth, but it kind of seems like you prefer co-op is the intended way for this game
absolutely.
to be played. Like you said, you can't play it with the dog, but the best experience, obviously.
You're always going to have the most fun if you have somebody to yell at and somebody to share that experience.
That also goes for any game.
Yeah, basically.
So that's the shield, so it absorbed those, whatever those things are that came out?
Yeah.
Nice. Now, can that base become damaged?
No.
Oh, okay. And the little gifts are more gems.
Yeah.
So were you to double up on the same gem, that would just augment the ability you already have, not simply add a new one?
Yeah. So it's just more of the same.
Okay.
A more powerful version of that, or more of whatever
So how big is the team working on this?
3 people.
Okay. When'd you guys start?
We started a year ago. We've been full-time, and a year and a half before that we were part-time.
Okay. So what systems are you looking to launch this on?
So we're looking to launch it on Steam, so that'll be PC and Mac, and then Xbox One.
Okay. It's like a lot of fun. Now it's almost at 12 o'clock. That gem at the top there, that's rotating on the right side now.
Yeah.
When it's faded out, what does that mean?
It means it's recharging. So it's this up in the top left here now. It's like this super weapon. You press it once, and it does this big burst, and it'll take out pretty much anything that's in that direction. But now we got to wait for it to recharge before we can use it again.
And typically one way around it's still going. So
So it keeps going. It'll
not be overpowered if it did every time it went around. Though.
Yeah.
So who's manually moving the blue shield?
I'm on it right now. Yeah.
Okay. This is hectic.
Yeah.
Any Star Trek influence?
Sorry?
Any Star Trek influence?
Well, another influence from the game is for this game is a game called Artemis.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which is basically a Star Trek bridge simulator.
Yeah, I didn't play it. I saw it at MagFest before.
Yeah,
that's intense.
It's that requires 6 laptops, and it's amazing if you can do it, but the barrier to entry is pretty high.
It is.
So that was one of the things. Is that idea of having to work together, having the different stations that are distinct. That definitely influenced us as well.
Okay, it was a lot of fun. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Great. Thanks.